Everybody. I am here today to share Ethereal Lacquer's absolutely stunning, ridiculously stunning fairy collection with you all. We've got hollows, we have pearly shimmers, we have more hollows, and we have magnetics. And it's such a privilege to be able to share these with you. I'm such a huge fan of Ethereal Lacquer in general. And this collection is just why. I mean, this collection is why I feel like she does just absolutely gorgeous collections. And these are just really such beauty. Sorry, my lighting's being a little funky. You know, testing things out and whatnot. But this absolutely gorgeous 8-piece collection is available beginning the 27th of December at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And so we've got some, like, I'm gonna zoom a little bit, see if we can get it to focus. You know, some beautiful hollow flakies. This is one of my favorite polishes that I've put on my nails in a really long time. You've got hollow in there, and it's just a real stunner. This is actually gonna be my New Year's polish. We have one of my favorite magnetics that I've put on in a really long time with this polish here, and another absolute stunner here. If you know me, I'm not like always the biggest fan of magnetics because they're just a little time consuming. These are worth it. Not only are they like ridiculously reactive, but they're gorgeous. I mean, this one especially, this one has like this blue-green shift to it. I don't understand why my camera isn't focusing, but we're just gonna make it work. But this is going to be a brief intro anyway, because guess what? I'm just kind of gonna get to the swatches. I'm gonna show you a quick one real quick. These are like those pearly finishes. And I actually do have, not on the nail comparison, but I'll show you a bottle comparison of this one with Ethereal's recent polish pickup. And then, oh, just a quick one. This polish is so freaking gorgeous. I truly can't stand it. I love it. I'll talk more about each individual polish as we go through my swatches and everything, about like my faves. And I mean, really the collection as a whole is just an absolute stunner. And then I'll round it all out after. We are going to start with Midsummer Eve, and I'm going to try to slow my voice down a little bit because I know that I am a fast talker. This is one of the two magnetics from the collection. And this collection, the full collection is going to be available. And if you purchase the full collection, you'll also get one of two potential gifts with purchases, which is very exciting. They're named Faerie and Fae Realm, which is very cool. So Midsummer Eve is one of the really, 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 really gorgeous magnetics. You can see it's really reactive. It's even reacting on my brush as I lay my brush over. And this is described as a violet purple base with blue to violet shimmer and red to orange shifting magnetic pigments. Um, I want red in everything. So I love this so much. You can see as this does tend to happen, I'm doing this over like a clear base because of the kind of base. If you have longer nails, you might just want like a third coat. I don't really feel like, here's the thing about me, which you might also know, is I'm a two-coater person. I mean, unless something really, really needs three, I'm not doing it. But this is two coats. I mean, this is just two coats over my, natural nails, clear base coat. I feel like the coverage on this is really good. You might see a little visible nail line, as you can see, but it's not too bad. And this is Circe. I think it's pronounced Circe. I'm gonna go with it that way. And this one is, I think, my favorite, one of my favorites of the collection entirely. And it is described as a mauve base with green shimmer and silver magnetic pigments. I, it says it just has a green shimmer. It has a really strong like blue. You can see the green shimmer here, which my camera always makes stuff a little more warm, a little more green when I'm filming. It's my lights, it's all kinds of stuff. But yeah, you can see the mauve come through, and I wonder if that's really where we're getting like that blue from, with that green mixing in with the mauve, since mauve is kind of like a purpley brown base, and it's kind of turning the green a little bit blue. It could also just be the shimmer. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let me not pretend. Um, I know anything about making polish because I don't, but you can see here the green, and then at the blue on it, like it shifts pretty blue, I would say. So you'll see my natural light swatches. There's a really nice blue shift on it as well. But this is my favorite, just kind of this mauve combo. I really like it. And here you can really see how it's pretty blue. I think it's just probably the base then reacting with the green, unless there's just a blue in there and it's not noted in the description. But this is 2 coats over my natural nails. My index is not magnetized. I should have done these velvet style and I didn't, which is a real bummer. I'm sure they're absolutely stunning velvet. I'll probably do that on my own time. And here's another one of my favorites. This is Hidden Away. And this is described as having a softly tinted lilac base with red or with pink and red to orange shifting shimmers. And it also has holographic flakies. I'm like not always a huge fan of holographic flakes. I don't really know why, but I'm obsessed with this polish. Um, I thought it was maybe going to be a 3 coater, especially with longer nails. You might have a little bit visible nail line, but I feel like with the amount of shimmer in there and with the flakes, it really has good coverage. You can see a little bit of like a bald spot, if you will, in the middle of my application. That's probably there because my base coat was not all the way dry when I was filming this. But this is 2 coats, and I personally am fully happy wearing 2 coats of this polish. If you want to go for a third, it'll probably build up even more, but I'm a 2 coat girly. What can I say? This is 2 coats in the direct sunlight. I do have pictures of this not in direct sunlight, and it's still, I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. You can kind of see. But the shimmer on this is so strong. This is fully one of my favorite polishes that I have worn this year, probably. And then we have Gloom Wood, which is a really funky color in like the best way possible. And it is described as a chestnut brown with green to aqua shifting shimmer and tiny holographic flecks. And you can see the hollow in here isn't super strong. Like the green really pops out on this one, but I love the addition of the hollow because you really can see it in the sun, but that green is really strong. So this is just kind of a really neat, like fun, funky brown polish, which like what's not to love about it, honestly. So in 1 coat, obviously we're not getting like 1 coat coverage, but it really builds in two. And I mean, this is the 2nd coat, as you can see. I don't apply thin coats of polish either. I'm a pretty thick polish applier. That is because not only do I have long nails, but my hands are pretty big. So I don't have small nails either. So as you can see, I mean, with this direct light shining on it, you might have some, I really couldn't even consider this visible nail line, but you could maybe wear a little bit more of an opaque base if you wanted. But this is just 2 coats over my natural nails. You can see it's not, crazy visible nail line. And you can see that little bit of hollow popping through, which I love. I feel like it adds this really cool depth to this really pretty brown green combo, which is really just a really pretty combo. This is Ethereal Fairy, which is so fun. It's super interesting. It's described as a sheer taupe um base. So it's got like taupe, it's kind of like that tannish, base. So it's along the lines of a neutral, if you will, depending on your skin tone. But it is described as having a sheer taupe base, like a sheer taupe with a green to blue shifting shimmer and holographic flakes. So the holographic flakes in this are bigger than in like Gloom Wood, which has just those like teeny flecks in there. These are a little more apparent. So this one is like all green shimmer and hollow. It's really, really neat because as you can see, the green shimmer on this is super strong, but it really gives big neutral vibes because you can see that taupe base underneath, which is pretty cool. Especially if you're into, I bet it might layer really nicely too, depending on the color. But you can see even in the sun, that taupe kind of pops through from underneath, making it look a bit like a neutral. And this is a little bit warmer than maybe you'd always see, just because it was like golden hour when I shot these. But obviously, I mean, this is just direct sunlight for Ethereal Fairy. Next up is Wicked Ivy, which is another favorite. So, like, if I had to pick like a three, it'd be the two magnetics plus Wicked Ivy. Nope, it'd be Circe, it'd be Wicked Ivy, which is this one, and it would be hidden. Oh my goodness, my brain, hidden away. So, Wicked Ivy is described as a dark forest green with pink and red to orange shifting shimmer and tiny holographic flecks. This does remind me of the green that was in Ethereal's vampire collection, which I really, really, really liked. And for some reason, the name is fully escaping me right now, even though I had it written down somewhere. But I might like this one a little more because I mean, it's just a beauty. So obviously with this direct lighting, you're getting like that really bam in your face pink shimmer. And then you can really see the green as well. You might, I mean, just because of the kind of polish it is, you might want a third coat. I don't think it needs it. I think the shimmer really carries a lot of it. Um, but I only have video in the sunlight because I literally could not stop staring at this. But um, it's a little different from the one from the vampire collection because I feel like this actually does look very beautiful without direct sunlight. The pink shimmer really pops through as well as the hollow, which does add a little bit more dimension to it as well. So it's definitely one of my favorites. And now we're going to get into the pretty little pearlescent polishes. And this is Enchant Me, and it's described as a sheer beige base, which you can see that top one is Ethereal's Polish Pickup, the Sugar Plum Fairy one from December's Polish Pickup. I thought at first they'd be a little more similar, but as you can see next to each other, the beige base of Enchant Me really does come out, and it's just a different kind. I mean, it's just kind of a different polish in general. So not dupes. But Enchant Me is described as having a sheer beige base with glowing violet pearlescent shimmer. I love the pearlescent shimmers. So let's get into this because these two, the two pearlescent shimmers are sheer. Um, you will either want a blurring base with them, or you will want, I mean, that's it. I mean, that's kind of the only way, unless you have shorter nails. I also have very visible nail line kind of no matter what I do. I did do these in three coats. I photographed them in three coats, and I am swatching them here in three coats as well. So they're sheer, but as is, I mean, that's just kind of what the base is like. I think they're absolutely stunning. The sheerness does not bother me. If I was to maybe wear them like day to day, I'd probably like this is over a clear base. You can see that I just have some visible nail line. I'd maybe just wear a little bit more of a blurring one. I know Ethereal has some really cool blurring bases, or just wear like a jelly or something underneath to blur it a little more. But I'm such a fan. I freaking love a pearlescent shimmer. And then we have Nymph, which is just such an absolute beauty. And it's definitely not it's not last but not least for sure. It's described as a soft and muted sage green, which already, yes, please, give me all the sage. And yes, it's the same kind of pearlescent shimmer. So you're gonna want three coats, or you're gonna want a blurring base and maybe two coats. I did want to show you how they built up. So yeah, it's a soft muted sage green with a glowing magenta pearlescent shimmer. That's the descriptor on it. You see, they almost dry down a little matte too, just because of, I guess, the formula. But I'm a glossy top coat girly, so not a problem for me. This one, I think because it's not beige, is looking like it's a little more opaque, but you'll see it's the second coat there. And when I go in for the third, it's still, I mean, the third adds some more shimmer, but it doesn't necessarily add more coverage, if you will. And you'll see that in my natural light, which I don't actually have natural direct like sunlight of these, so you'll just see it in like the indirect balcony outdoor lighting. I still have visible nail line, as you can see. But no biggie. If you feel so inclined, slap this over like a cool sage green jelly or something. I bet this would be absolutely gorgeous. I actually kind of like it on its own though as well.
That's it. That's Ethereal's absolutely stunning 8-piece fairy collection. Once again, this collection is available beginning the 27th of December at 9 p.m. Eastern time, 9 p.m. Eastern. So they do a little bit of a late launch. There will be a gift with purchase. There's two different gift purchases that are potentially available. We don't have swatches of those because they are genuine surprises until they are received. So that'll be fun. And yeah, feel free to add a comment on here if you have any questions. Shoot me a DM on Instagram at Polished Bookworm. I have pictures on there. I'll probably post some individual swatches as well. And I will be back next week with Polished Pickups January selection. I have like quite a few to share from January. So I'm really excited about that. But for now, follow me over on Instagram at Polished Bookworm. Let me know if you have any questions at all. And I will see you on the flip side. Bye.